everyone, and welcome to this very special Easter celebration for our children's church. I hope you're having a wonderful time so far. We're going to start off our Easter celebrations today by singing 1, 2, 3, Jesus is alive. Now, it's really easy. All you have to do is to sing, and you do it with your fingers. You go 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to wave, Jesus is alive. 1, 2, 3, Jesus is alive. He died for you and me, but on day 3, Jesus rose again. Jesus is alive. It's really easy. So get yourself some space and let's have a go.
One, two, three, Jesus is alive. 1, 2, 3, Jesus is alive. He died for you and me, but on day 3, Jesus rose again. Jesus is alive. 1, 2, 3, Jesus is alive. 1, 2, 3, Jesus is alive. He died for you and me, but on day 3, Jesus rose again. Jesus is alive. God loved the world, so He gave His Son. Jesus is our friend. He loves everyone. God loved the world, so He gave His Son. Jesus is our friend. He loves everyone. We sing 1, 2, 3, Jesus is alive. 1, 2, 3, Jesus is alive. He died for you and me, but on day 3, Jesus rose again. Jesus is alive. God loved the world, so He gave His Son. Jesus is our friend. He loves everyone. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, Jesus is alive. 1, 2, 3, Jesus is alive. He died for you and me, but on day 3, Jesus rose again. Jesus is alive. Jesus rose again. Jesus is alive. Jesus rose again. My Jesus is alive.
Did you enjoy that song? I love it. It's one of my favourite Easter songs, and I love doing the actions as well. They're really lots of fun. Now I'm going to hand over to Tyler, and Tyler is going to read a very special story for us today. Thanks, Tyler.
It was very early. The birds were still in bed, and the sun had yet to open its bright eye on the world. The sky was grey and grainy, the air was cold, and 3 women walked slowly towards the graveyard. Jesus was buried there, and the women were coming to visit his grave. They talked in sad whispers, they cried, they held each other's hands. Jesus had been dead for 3 days now, and they had missed him very much. Just as they reached the graveyard, however, some surprising things happened. The ground began to shake, the air began to tremble, and quick as a lightning, an angel flashed down from heaven and rolled the stone away from Jesus' tomb. Everything went quiet, the ground stopped moving, but the woman shook in fear. Don't be afraid, the angel said. Come and see. The tomb is empty. Jesus is alive. Arm in arm, the woman crept past the angel and into the tomb. The sheets were still there. The sheets, they had wrapped his dead body, but Jesus himself was gone. Where is he? Asked the woman. Have you done with him yet? I told you, smiled the angel. He is not dead anymore. He's come back to live, and he wants you to tell all his friends. The women looked at each other. They didn't know whether to cry or laugh. They could hardly believe it, that is, until they hurried out the tomb and ran straight into Jesus. Oh, Jesus, they cried, it's true! You are alive, and they fell at his feet amazed. There's no need to be afraid anymore, he said. God has made everything all right, but I have a job for you. I want to tell you, the rest of my friends, that I am alive. Tell them I will meet them on the seesaw in where all of adventure started. The woman waved goodbye and hurried off to Jerusalem. The birds were singing now. The sun's bright eye was wide open, and they had the most amazing story to tell.
Hi everyone, and happy Easter. Now, have you had any of these for breakfast today? Seeing as though it's Easter Sunday, you might be allowed to have a little bit of chocolate. But do you know why you eat chocolate at Easter, chocolate eggs at Easter? Well, if I get my egg out and show you. The Easter egg has got some special meanings. And first of all, it means new life. So when we take off our shiny paper, which always makes us think of something special, we find that we've got a lovely chocolate egg. Now, if you break it in half, inside, this is like the shell that a chicken comes out of. So we think of new life when we think of an egg. But also for Christians, where was Jesus buried after he died? Can you remember? That's right, from our story today, you know that Jesus was buried in a tomb and a great big stone was rolled away. Now, on Easter Sunday, something special happened. Can you remember from the story what happened? What happened to that great big stone? That's right, the stone was moved, and what was the tomb like where Jesus' body had been put? That's right, the tomb was empty, and our chocolate egg also represents the tomb. And it's, can you see, it's empty. And when the disciples got there on the first Easter Sunday morning, they realised that Jesus had risen from the dead. Now there's also some fantastic things that you also find in Easter eggs, aren't they? You have special treats. I've just found some very special Rolos in my Easter egg. And those special treats are like, help us to remember that Jesus was a special treat for us from God. Jesus came from God to come down to the earth and to look after us and to save us, which is a really special treat. So as you open more of your Easter eggs later and eat them, just have a think when you break into them, that this, when you open it up and it's empty, that tells us that the tomb that Jesus was laid in was empty. Now we're going to make something today that will help us to remember the importance of the Easter story, but of also what it means about the egg being empty. So we're going to make an Easter egg, can you see there? But this is a special one because when we open it up, we can see a cross on the inside, and then we've got the cross on the top of a hill, but with yellow light around it, which means Jesus isn't there anymore. Jesus rose from the dead. So to make this, you're going to need 2 paper plates, some white paper, some brown paper or brown card, or this is a piece of foam that I've got, a brown foam. You're going to need some ribbon if you've got any ribbon, some jewels or stickers, some crayons, some scissors, a pencil, some paper fasteners and a glue stick. Now the first thing we need to do is we need to draw our egg shape. So if you get your piece of paper and you fold it in half, and then cut it out, cut it down the middle. Taking one half, fold it again down the middle. And then with a pencil, you're just going to draw half an egg shape. And then cut it out. And there you go, we've got an egg shape there. Now I'm going to start decorating my egg shape. So first of all, I'm just going to colour the background in, and I'm just going to use a blue crayon, put some paper underneath me so it doesn't matter if I go off. So I'm just going to colour my egg in blue because I'm going to pretend it's got some lovely bright blue shiny paper. And just like the shiny paper that covers your Easter egg, it tells you that something special is inside. And that was just the same as Jesus' tomb. Something special was inside. There we go. Can you see? So I've coloured it in blue. Now I'm going to put some ribbon on. So I'm just going to stick some ribbon across my Easter egg, and it doesn't matter where I put them because I can trim the ribbon up once I've stuck it down. So I'm just going to put, I think I'm going to put 3 pieces on there. Going to have some yellow, some pink and some green. There's the pink, and I'm just going to put a little bit of green on across the bottom. There we go. Now, can you see? Now it's going to be easy just to trim them off. Trim around the edges so it follows the shape of my Easter egg. There you go. So now I'm going to use some jewels. I've got some lovely shiny stickers, so I'm going to put some stickers. Now you've got to fold down the middle. Don't put any stickers on that fold, because I'll show you why in a moment, because you're going to need that fold. So I'm going to put some different colours on there. There we go. So can you see? So I've decorated my little egg up a little bit. Now, I'm going to stick this onto one of the paper plates. So I'll put some glue on the back. Actually, just use that to put the glue on. Make sure you put glue all over because we want it to stick down. There we go. So I'm just going to put my egg on the plate. Can you see? Now, I've got some stickers here that were left over from some other things, and they say Happy and Easter. Now, if you haven't got any stickers, it doesn't matter. You could write Happy Easter on your plate using pens, using felt tip pens, crayons, whatever you've got, you could use to write the words Happy Easter. So I'm just going to put my Happy on one side, and I'm going to put my Easter on the other. There we go. Can you see? Yeah. Now, we're going to leave this plate to one side and pick up the other plate. Taking a green crayon or a green felt tip pen, whatever you've got, we're going to draw like a hill. Draw a hill, and then we're going to colour it in. There we go, can you see? Next we're going to use our brown foam, and we're going to make a cross. So first of all, I don't need all of this, so I'm just going to cut it in half because I don't want to waste any. So I've got half, fold it in half, and I'm going to just cut out half of a shape of the cross. That's a little bit too wide, so I'm just going to trim it down just a little bit. There we go, can you see there's our cross shape, and I'm going to put some glue on the back. Now I'm going to stick my cross on my hill. Can you see? And then using a crayon, using my green crayon, I'm going to write the words, He is risen. So I'm going to write it around. He is risen. You see those words? He is risen. So, now what we're going to do, this is where the magic bit comes in. So you take your plate with your Easter egg on, and very carefully, this is where you need to cut down that centre line. So you might want to get a grown-up to do this little bit for you, but just cut it very carefully down that centre line. So you end up with two halves. Now, this is where you're going to need paper fasteners. So if we're going to attach each side separately. So we take one paper fastener, put the half over the plate so you can see round about where it needs to line up, and push the paper fastener through. You might need to get a grown-up to help you with this bit because they can be a little bit tricky. And I'm going to do the other side, so I'm going to get my other half of the plate. And there we have it. There is our Easter plate with a reminder that the inside of an egg is the same as the tomb, because when we saw the tomb was empty, Jesus wasn't there because he is risen. I hope you really enjoyed doing that craft. I'd love to see some pictures if you've made any of the craft. I'm going to hand over to Roxy because Roxy's going to lead us in our special Easter Sunday prayer. Thanks, Roxy.
Christ of the Lord is risen, and as all the world rejoices, singing of his glory with such joyful hearts and voices. May you find that Easter brings you peace and faith and hope. And may blessing fill your hearts with joy the whole year through. Happy Easter.
Thank you for joining us today in this very special Easter Sunday Children's Church, and a big thank you to Tyler and Roxy who've really helped to pull things together this week. Hope you have a fantastic Easter and you enjoy spending time with your family, whatever you end up doing. Stay safe and we'll see you all next time. Bye!